Well, I'm here with Carol from Out in the Garden. And Carol, this is fun for us because we've never been out to your nursery before.
Glad you're here.
You have been
Welcome.
to Garden Palooza and stuff, but this is the first time we got to come out here, and it really is delightful. So if you had to like sum up what you grow, what are the things that are special to you that you grow here?
I grow lots of perennials for all seasons. I focus on textures, foliage colors, and as much year-round interest as possible.
And I see a lot of new display gardens going in. There's some that are already here. And we mention that only because a lot of the grasses we're going to be talking about, you have display gardens with those already planted.
That's correct, I do.
Yeah. Now, grasses are a thing that I think are kind of underused a lot of times in gardens.
I agree.
There's so many textures and blooms and colors, so let's just jump right into some of these favorites that you pulled out, starting right over here.
Okay, these right here are Japanese forest grass or Hanakaloas. I have 3 different cultivars here. This larger one in the back is all gold. It's a wonderful, it's a little taller than some of the other ones. I'm not sure why, but it just tends to be a little more upright. All of them tend to have this wonderful billowing, spilly habit. They're wonderful fillers. They are shade lovers, or morning sun, afternoon shade is ideal for them, but they'll take full shade. A lot of these are much brighter gold early in the spring, and they get a little more chartreusey later in the year, but that still adds a lot of interest. They're actually, this one's in full bloom right now. This one in the front is the good old standby that most everybody knows is Areola. That is by far the most common. It has the yellow with the green striping. And then this is a newer variety right here called Stripe It Rich that is a yellow with a white stripe in it. So far newer to me. I'm still getting used to it. Don't have it in the display garden yet, but liking how it's growing in the pot. Nice vigor. All of these have beautiful vigor. They're beautiful for spilling and filling. I love to add the Japanese forest grass with big leafed hostas because you get a wonderful contrast with them.
Well, isn't that the fun about plants, though, for us plant nuts, is that it's like friends. You fall in love with them when you see them, and the excitement is getting to know them and what they do in the garden over the years.
And they're one of those plants that just get better and better with age.
It's very true. Now, this is a beautiful, I love the striped white and green. Tell me about this.
This is a wonderful Melina Variegata, or it's variegated moor grass. I'm not sure where that comes from. It has the darker flowers. This is a wonderful sun plant. It's a deciduous plant. It's really overlooked. I don't see this used a lot. It's really a shame because it's a beautiful, beautiful plant. It's the easiest plant you'll ever clean up. For fall, when they go dormant, you just pull up the old leaves and you're done. No cutting, no mess, no fuss. It's the easiest plant. And they're just a wonderful mixer with the color blends. They mix with a lot of other things, and they're a really nice, very underused plant.
Now, tell me, this one's a bit higher and has a lovely bloom on it
That
as
is
well.
wonderful. That is 2 of different calamagrosses that I have. This one is Avalanche. Avalanche is the variegated. This one grows about 3.5 feet tall. The one next to it is Carl Forster, which grows to about 4 feet tall. You can see there's a little size difference. This is one of the best deciduous grasses I've ever grown. It's pretty close to being a year-round plant, even though it's deciduous.
Nice.
It comes up early in the spring. It's a cool season plant. There's usually new growth on it by early to mid-March. It comes up by most years by about mid-May. It's in bloom. Some of these flowers are a little fresher than that. Generally it blooms May and June, but then they hold beautifully. The whole plant is very upright. It makes a wonderful screen. I've used that in my garden quite a bit as a screening or an accent plant. And then even after the fall comes along, they turn brown, they go dormant, but they hold their shape beautifully. The wind doesn't seem to break them real bad. Generally on mine, I miss them when I have to cut them down in the spring so I can have the new growth coming. I absolutely love them.
Well, and quite often, Carol, that is part of the beauty of a lot of grasses is their architectural interest throughout the winter and early spring. And they really add a lot of texture to the garden.
These are absolutely stunning. If they're well placed and well cared for, in February they look as nice as they do now. They're just brown.
Now I'm noticing some almost reddish color on this one.
This is a Panicum Shenandoah, and Shenandoah is really nice. It starts out just as kind of a nice blue-green, but as we go through the season, the red comes out a little bit more, and the more sun we have, a little more red it gets. It's just starting to bloom too, has a little light, airy seed pod on it. A little bit of a red tone to it as well. It will pick up a little bit more red as you go through the season, but you'll still have that contrast in a little red at the top and more green as undertones. It's also a very nice columnar, a very vertical plant, gets about 4 feet tall. It's actually very drought tolerant once established. It's a wonderful plant as well.
Now, there's one down here on the ground that was a little big to put up on the table, but these blooms are really breathtaking.
That is what I like to call the substitute for the purple fountain grass. This is the hardy version of that. It's actually a Pennisetum Carly Rose. And a lot of people love the purple fountain grass, which is just stunning, but it's not hardy in our area. So if you want a hardy plant, go to this one. It starts blooming about mid-June, and then it will go through till frost. It will actually keep putting new flowers on the whole time. It gets about 2.5 feet wide, about 3 feet tall. It holds its form till about December or January, but when you get almost 6 months of blooms out of it, what more can you want out of a perennial?
Yeah, really, that's so true. Any perennial, and so that works well for grasses. Well, we've gone through a lot of conversation about grasses, and believe me, we're not even beginning to scratch the surface. For more information, you can go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to her website, and you can find out all you want to about grasses. Come out and visit her too at her beautiful nursery and display gardens and see the grasses growing just like they would in nature. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
Carol.
William.